Yeah, no, I made a few notes because Wolf. So Wolf or Andrusa, depending on how you know him, he's my brother. And you brought up that term of the integration of unused energy, um, especially in the last year, uh, and in how kind of we also came through maneuvering this process. Is that there was a lot of energy that was triggered last year by the challenges that we faced. As I began having conversations with people and colleagues, more often than not, I would be on a business related call, and the conversation, for the first couple of minutes, you're asking, people, how are you doing? How are you resting? How was your weekend? Is that same, restlessness, exhaustion. I'm tired. The weight is a lot. And it was, I think, it was sometime in the earlier part of last year when I just randomly mentioned, because the conversation was becoming, a little more intimate, right? As we're trying to connect in virtual ways, our conversations are opening up more about our personal lives. And I've always been a very vivid dreamer. It's been a family affair. Where it's just been a reality that we've navigated through and built processes for most of our lives. And I just mentioned, oh, I had an okay, time, but that full moon, my dreams were, just a little bit, out there, and it was like a floodgate opened up. And what struck me is that, without that idea of having these vivid experiences of your subconscious mind trying to process what you experience, so that consciously you feel more rejuvenated and and integrated, balanced, was something that people were struggling with and paying attention to in a way that they didn't have the time or space to pay attention to before you were in quarantine. Quarantine made you take some introverted time, look at the space around you, and really pay attention to, I didn't sleep at all. I wasn't resting at all. I felt like I didn't even shut off. I felt like my brain was still going the whole time that, the minute I hit my pillow, it's like I didn't gain anything back. And it was really interesting because as I started speaking to Wolf about that and realized that we were both having that happen, we were having more and more conversations around what people were experiencing and dreaming, that people were becoming a little more comfortable talking about that we have been integrating for years a process that helps us take that, that process of taking that unintegrated energy and using it in a way that allows us to achieve more balance in our waking time. And we're like, hey, like we should be sharing this, right? Because there's an opportunity here for us to open up something that had it not been for the challenges of what 2020 brought us, we might not have the space and the opportunity to do so. And another thing that Divine by Design is about is when you create space and opportunity for people who may not be used to having it, especially if you're looking at working in middle class America who may not have been able to have that opportunity before, wonderful things happen. And when people slow down, they have that ability to breathe, that ability to pay attention to what before they might have just passively had, happen to them. Amazing things happen, and we want to share that, and that is what led us to Awake